Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of C.O.O.L Podcast. I am your host, Juan, along with your other hosts,
Harry Leon.
and we are back with another episode, another great show. What's going on, man? What's going on, cuz?
What's good, cuz? It's 2023, man. We
Yeah,
ain't we ain't logged on since 2022, man. So I'm excited for this year and the new episodes of the podcast.
yeah, absolutely, man. Now, we got a great show. We just gonna get right into it. Big win, man. Big win for the city. Big win for the Eagles, man. What you think about just everything that's going on? Like, what did you see when you saw the game?
Man, I seen a team that's ready, man. I really think that we could get this shit done. I think that we could win, and we just got to take one game at a time. The focus got to be how it's been all year long, just achieving the goal that's in front of us. Because in the playoffs, you got to have that mindset that you want to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you got to take it one game at a time. I love the leadership of this team, man. Jalen Hurts, he built different. He's
Yeah,
he's
nah,
a different type of animal. And if we could get him anywhere half of what he was this last game, I like our chances, bro. I really do like our chances.
nah, man. When I saw the game, just I didn't really watch the whole game. I just watched like highlights, but just watching the game, like just from just how poised he was in the pocket, the offense, how it was like a smooth running game, passing game. Everybody was on point. Just the defense was on point. Like they just looked like from start to finish, they just ran. It was just a beautiful. It was an excellent produced game by the Philadelphia Eagles. Like everything was well balanced. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That was what I saw when I watched the game. Like, what about you?
Yeah, I definitely seen a well balanced machine out there, man, on defense and offense. I feel like the defense, they really brought what we needed them to bring, man. The D line, they're a historic defensive line, man. I think they had 70 sacks in the regular season. So this D line is historic, man. If we can get them to bring pressure in the NFC Championship to the San Francisco 49ers, I think that rookie on the opposite end, he's going to have a nightmare of a game. It's going to be hard for them to come to the link in that hostile environment and try to win one against us, man. It's hard for anybody to win in our stadium, but in the playoffs, I think it's amped up to the next level. And we got the quarterback that's going to really determine our future, man. I believe this guy is on the realm of Allen Iverson, all the greats that we ever had. Julius Irvin. When you talk about Philly,
Yeah,
you're gonna talk about Jalen Hurts. I think he's the next up, man. He got it in him, man. He got that dog in him.
yeah, man. Nah,
It's
he's
going.
legit. He's definitely legit. Like I didn't really watch too much of the season last year. I know I just heard like a lot of people said that he had a tough season last year, but this year, man, he looks like he's on fire. You know what I mean? Like everything. It's just you kind of need to go through them lows early on, especially when you first starting out, in your career. But he looks like he's just. It looks like he's leading them. You know what I mean? And you could tell that they trust him, but they just really got just a great team overall, man. Like the wide
Yeah.
receiver, like they have that. You could tell that he's built a strong chemistry with him and the wide receivers.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Everything just looks smooth, man. It just look and obviously I think like him being off those couple weeks with the with the shoulder situation,
Mm-hmm.
he probably definitely needed that because I didn't really see him. It didn't really look like he was like phased by anything when they was giving him some when they was hitting him on some of his passes. He didn't seem to be phased by anything.
Yeah, this dude is a man of leaders, man. He's one of them type of dudes that he's going to take charge. He's going to have a balance, and he's the captain of the ship. They really need this guy to be the one to corral him up. We always look for a leader, and this dude is the ultimate leader, man. I love his poise. I think the fact that he has been through a lot, being from college, that he was a quarterback at Alabama. He got his spot taken by Tua Tagovailoa, and he stayed at the school. Instead of transferring right away, he stayed at the school. After he left
Oh,
Alabama, yep, after he left Alabama, he went to Oklahoma. He had a great season in Oklahoma, and man, the Eagles took a chance. Man, nobody thought that this dude would be where he is. Man, he got picked when we had Carson Wentz, and everybody thought that Carson Wentz was going to be the guy, but this guy stepped
Yeah.
in and he had something that Carson Wentz didn't have. He had that dog in him. He had that.
The
he
X
had that.
Factor. Yeah.
Yeah, he had that X factor about him that's just it's just relentless, man. This dude is relentless, man. And for me to actually been watching the Eagles for most of my life, I'm 33. I ain't never seen a leader of this magnitude. I really think that he can get the job done. And shout out to one other player on the team. I love all the players on the team, but shout out to Hassan Reddick.
Reddick. Yeah.
He's from Camden. Um, on our platform, we really show the spotlight on anybody from the city. So I'm very proud that a hometown individual be on the team that we grew up watching and loving, and he making an impact. I mean, Hassan Reddick is an absolute beast, man, and the impact that he had on that last game is just impeccable, man. This dude he's driven. He's he just got that ultimate dog in him too, man, and you could tell he wants it. But I'm glad that was like I feel like him and Bradbury were the best offseason pickups. And then we also got a safety by the name of C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and he's a dog too. He's like one of them safeties like we had back in the day, with Dawkins and all those guys that we used to have back in the day. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's cool, man. It's very cool to see the team, winning. I know it lifts the city spirit up for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Philly, they don't play, especially when it comes to sports. But I wanted to play this clip by the coach and here's some things he had to say about Jalen Hurts.
Is high praise, but to have him out there is like having I shouldn't even go there, but like his having like Michael Jordan out there. Like he's your leader. He's your guy. He's your like that's hopefully that's the biggest respect I can pay to him. Comparing to his ability to being on the field to a Michael Jordan type. Like this guy leads. He brings this calmness to the entire team. He plays great football. He's tough as they come. Yeah, I mean, to me, there ain't nobody has played any better football than him this year.
Yeah, I thought that was major. You know what I mean? That was huge, especially like getting that kind of praise from your coach. You know what I mean? Like that's somebody you want to play for. If they believe about you, because a lot of times, people they'll tell you how they feel about you in private, but for him to do that publicly like that, I thought that was really dope.
Yeah, I like this coach too, man, and I believe he's Italian, and the fact that he's a Italian coach, Nick Sirianni, like
Yeah.
it shows waves, like even in our like area, like Philadelphia area, because like we got a high Italian population,
Hmm.
and so we happen to have a Italian coach, man. He just got that swag about him. I just like the fact that I think that he's the kind of perfect coach that like Philly needs, somebody that's, vibrant. He's not from Philly, but I think he's from New York, but he just got that like that spirit about him
Hmm.
that kind of corrals up the players, man, and they believe in their coach. They believe in the offensive and defensive coordinator, and I think all the position coaches too. And I feel like everybody kind of collectively came to play, and they have came to play all season long. So it's going to be interesting these next two games, hopefully.
No,
To see.
but we're gonna play this next video for our sponsors real quick.
This episode is brought to you by Restream. Restream is a cloud multi-streaming service, headquarters in Austin, Texas, United States. It allows users to simultaneously stream video content to multiple platforms and social networks, including Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and LinkedIn.
All right, we're gonna jump right into the next topic. Well, obviously, we're talking about the Eagles, and you cannot talk about the Cowboys, and they lost to the San Francisco 49ers, man. It seemed like it was a close game. I feel like it looked like the Cowboys defense was playing really good. But a lot of turnovers by Dak Prescott kind of really, derailed the team. What did you think? I mean, I love the fact that they lost, obviously, because I'm a diehard Eagles fan and I hate the Cowboys. But what did you think
Mhm.
about the game?
You know what, man? I told myself, man. I mean, I never have liked the Cowboys, but I told myself I won't be down on them too much because we still got food to eat. You know what I mean? We still got some games before we could ultimately talk trash the way I want to get in my bag and talk trash to the Cowboys. But they had a good season. I mean, I'm not going to be too down on them. I feel like Dak, he's persevered from some stuff. And it's kind of unlike an Eagles fan to kind of have a kind of heart for the guy. But I believe that, their mishaps came when they got rid of their wide receiver and they got rid of a couple other key players that would allow them to have probably progressed in the playoffs. But considering, I feel like Dak, he got to own up on that one. Sometimes, when you have a bad game like that, you just got to be the one to own up to it. And I feel like, I don't know, from his press conference, it seemed like he was owning up to it, but one analyst said early on ESPN he didn't seem angry about the loss.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's the difference between him and Jalen Hurts. And to be honest with you, I feel like the Eagles, last year when we lost to the Bucks, it was some dudes that was angry. It was some dudes that was mad. You could
Right.
visibly see it on their face. And I don't know, man. Now that Dak got the bag, he didn't seem angry, man. That's what kind of showed me
Yeah. Yeah.
about how he felt about it all. It didn't seem like he was mad about it. It just seemed like he kind of understood that he lost and he brushed it off. So he gonna have some answers, man. And the Cowboy fan base, they pretty big, man. If they not the biggest, they right there with all the top sports fan bases in the world. So he gonna have answers. He gonna have answers that he gonna have to come up with.
Nah, man. I actually, honestly, I really wanted them to win because
I
I
wanted
wanted
all
to
the
see
smoke. You
them.
wanted the smoke. You wanted the
I
smoke, huh?
wanted to smoke. Yeah, you know what I mean. 'Cause, I mean, that's really, I think that's the greatest rivalry in football is the Eagles and the Cowboys. Like I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying, like from
Yeah.
my perspective, I think that's the best rivalry, especially with them being in the NFC East. But no, I actually wanted them to win so we could beat them. When it mattered. That would have been a great
Mm-hmm.
game. For the NFL and just for sports in general. So I was happy that they lost, but actually sad that they lost because we kind of missed out on that head-to-head championship game. But it is what it is.
Yeah. They got some fishing to do. They got some vacationing to do.
Yeah, nah, for sure. But I saw this video by Stephen A. Smith. Man, I knew he had something up his sleeve. I want to play it real quick.
Oh my God. What? What did I tell y'all? Didn't I say just be patient? That's all I asked. That's all I asked. All I asked was for y'all to be patient. It was coming. It was coming. It didn't matter. High power, prolific offense. Michael Irvin, the playmaker. Keep it spinning or breaking records. We
Yo, he wild, man. He wild. He wild. But he's like one of the few announcers. I mean, one of the few like radio guys that or media guys that he just hate the Cowboys, man. Cause it's like, it's like even when they lose, they still just got, their fans that just die hard, man. Like, it's just funny, man. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, that was leading up all the way from the beginning of the
Oh
year.
yeah, yeah. I think it's like that every year, man. Cause Cowboys,
Yeah,
it's just I don't know, man. The way that their fans are, you just kind of always you just want to root against them, man. For real, for real.
exactly. Yeah, they irritating for sure.
But nah, man, we got some more sports talk. Shannon Sharpe had got into it at the recent LA Lakers Memphis Grizzlies game with Dylan Brooks, and it caused a whole bunch of just craziness going on. Here's what happened.
Moment in the NBA, because after the buzzer sounded, there was a little bit of an incident here courtside at the Crypto.com arena. Dylan Brooks was having words with Shannon Sharpe, and Hall of Famer and broadcast.
And you see Steven Adams comes over to protect his guy along with the supporting cast, and then Shannon Sharpe still talking, and T. Morant, John Morant's dad, comes over. Had an opportunity to talk to T. Morant, and he said, my blood pressure didn't go up a bit. Nothing but love and respect for Shannon Sharpe. It's a bunch of guys talking a bunch of trash.
And just silly. I mean, for it to get like that here.
Yo, man, that's crazy, man. Yo, Shannon Sharpe, like 50 years old, man. He be wanting all the smoke, for real.
He don't be ducking no smoke, bro. That stuff was funny as I don't know what, man. That stuff was funny, bro.
Yeah, no, I felt like it got out of hand, you know. But you know, I mean, it probably went a little bit too far. But I like that he went on Undisputed today, and he made an apology about it. Said that he was wrong for kind of like causing that. But I mean, it's just trash talk, and it's just competitive. But it should never get to that point. Yeah. But I just love the fact that he just fearless, man. He don't care who you is. He another one. You know what I mean?
Well, on that player from Memphis, man, he shouldn't have took it that far. I mean, I'm pretty sure Unc was giving him the business as far as trash talk. Yeah. But he shouldn't have got to the point. Even Steven Adams, he didn't have to get up and get all in Unc's face. It's trash talk, man. Like, they got to know that any and everybody going to be spouting from the crowd. You know what I mean? And it's their job as professionals to just block it out. Mm-hmm. They professional athletes. They're supposed to be able to block out all that noise and be able to, you know what I mean, keep playing through everything. Right. Somebody could be talking about whoever. I mean, that's a part of the business. I mean, they just got to block it out. Unc was giving one of the players the smoke about not being able to go one-on-one on LeBron, and they wasn't really trying to hear it. But maybe it was because it was coming from Unc that they got all mad. You know what I mean?
Definitely, because he been talking about them, for a minute, saying that they haven't really won anything. But I just respect the fact that like his job is to talk about sports and to say how he feels. And then when he was at the game, he actually said how he felt, So I don't know. I just respected that, but you never want to see it get to that level. But that was crazy.
Yeah, he was a bigger man, though. I'll tell you this. I ended off in saying he was a bigger man for getting on, his platform and apologizing. I thought so.
No, for sure. Now we're gonna play this video real quick from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Anchor. Podcasting made easy. Easily create your own podcast, then distribute to all major listening apps, all for free. Create and distribute your podcast for free with Anchor, a Spotify company. Record from anywhere, monetize your podcast, unlimited free hosting, one-click distribution.
And man, we're gonna get into some more sports. I'm not sure if any of our listeners are like familiar with wrestling, but WWE Monday Night Raw is the longest running television show, and it's been on for 30 years. So today they're celebrating 30 years of having the longest running TV show in history as right now. So what you think about that, man? Being able to sustain something. Now that's longevity at its finest. Being able to have something, go on for an extended period of time, to have that much success is really kind of like, unprecedented.
Oh, for sure, man. Especially something like, the WWE and what it's meant to our childhood and what it's meant to entertainment in general. I feel like it's unprecedented. And what they've done for the entertainment industry, they just kind of combine sport. They combine sometimes what it feel like to be Maury Povich. It feel like it's Jerry Springer and all in one, and a lot of our childhood could be, track back to the WWE, man, and how long it's been on TV and how long we can have took little segments from different episodes and really rekindle on the nostalgia of it to bring back moments of our childhood. It's kind of insane, man, to know that it's ran that long. That's amazing.
Right, yeah, man, that's crazy. I think like when I first started, I first started watching wrestling, I believe in like 1999, which I originally started watching SmackDown first, which was which is the second show of the WWE. But at that time, it was the WWF. But it was just amazing, man. Like just going back and reminiscing about that the Attitude Era when they had Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, Kane, Triple H, you know what I mean, Mankind, just like a legendary roster. And then for it to still, go on, 20 years later, for a total amount of 30 years, it's pretty special, man. I think that, anybody who wants to achieve something in business or just, in their career, man, to be able to do something for 30 years, is that shows how much dedication and, it's possible that you can have this type of success, with consistency and focus.
Oh yeah, 30 years for Monday Night Raw. Wow, that's legendary, man. I feel like Raw for a long time was competing with like Monday Night Football and a lot of the other things that came on Monday. So
Yeah,
wow, that's
yeah,
amazing, man.
for sure. Um, man, I wanted to speak about just like, just a lot of things that been going on in my life, and just a lot of people that I've been talking to. It's like just really shining a light on just mental health. A lot of our listeners, we do like speak about mental health, and we kind of like make sure we highlight that, because I feel like it really doesn't get talked about enough. But anybody listening and watching, I just wanted to say like that first, let me play this clip by Steve Harvey, because it was something really cool, and I wanted to share with the listeners and the viewers.
Most people do is to give up before God give you the gift. See, when you ask God for something, he boxes it up and he ships it immediately. But you have to remain on Faith Street in order to receive the gift. The problem is when God boxes up the gift and he ship it to you, he never gives you the date that the package is going to arrive. He'll never tell you that. Most people move off Faith Street before the package get there. You can't move over on the I Doubted Boulevard. He don't ship packages to I Doubted Boulevard. He only ship packages to Faith Street. You can't get over there on I Don't See House Circle. He don't ship nothing to I Don't See House Circle. So when you move out of faith, the package got to go back to sender.
Nah, man, I thought that was just really powerful, and just kind of really spoke to me, just like just with like where my head's at, and where my spirit is at. It's just my faith has been just I felt like it was never really broken, but it definitely got tested these past couple months. But it's just, you just gotta have faith, man. You gotta just believe that whatever situation you're in, that it's gonna get better. And like bad times don't last; it's only temporary. But I don't know. I just felt like I just needed to say that, needed to share that, and yeah. How do you feel about that?
It's really powerful, cuz. It's really powerful because I feel like that's cool that you share that experience with people, because it's somebody that's watching the show right now and they probably going through some of the same stuff. And I think that sometimes it's hard for us to realize it, but other people are experiencing sometimes, and if not most of the time, all the time, a lot of the same stuff that we experience on a day-to-day basis, because we are humans.
Right.
And it's challenging just to go through what we call life, man, because sometimes, you could be having a perfect day and something coming your way. Sometimes you could be having a perfect month and then something come your way.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be able to maneuver when certain things comes to you. But then you also got to know, like you said, that pain is temporary. Even though this certain specific point in my life, I may be tested either with it being financially, spiritually, however it may be. It may be,
You get
you might be just going through a funk.
yeah.
You might just be going through a funk. So you're going to get tested, and you got to be able to maneuver through it. And that's key. That even though you've been going through these things, and other people have been going through stuff, that you don't stop the faith.
Right.
You got to keep that faith going, because that is what's key for you to be able to persevere, in my opinion.
And I also just find that it's just I just find that so many people feel like they can trust me and like talk to me and like share how they feel with me. I feel like that is a blessing, because I'm never being like biased. I just share how I feel just truly from the heart. But like for me, just prayer has been just amazing for me, man. Just praying and just letting things go, letting things like trying to not have any control, trying to not force anything. That's just been very vital to for me, these past couple of months. But I feel great, man. Like I said, you just got to keep going and just believe that things will get better, and it can get better, and just you already got to believe that it's already happening. Like that healing process, or that process that it's going to get better. It's already happening. So just the mind, you got to be able to control it, and just just really just have faith, man, that everything is going to get better.
I think that's facts. And I feel like another thing is that when you do get through the storm, like you are right now, you feel cool. You went through a few months where you were just might be going through some stuff. But now that you did go through what you went through, and now you came back on the other side, I feel like now, leading up to the next storm that you may go through, I feel like you'll be that much more prepared, because you've already started to allow yourself to be able to put yourself through a mental hurdle that would allow you to just feel better and feel more calm and feel more relaxed. And the fact that that you could talk to others, help them get through what they need to get through, and then also help you get yourself good. It's just love in that, man. I think it's a lot of love and power in that, knowing that you could talk to somebody and help them get through what they need to get through, and you can call them when you're not feeling as good, and they can help you get through what you need to get through. It's just a lot of power and love, and connecting with people, and expressing whatever you got going on. It's key
Yes.
to let it out.
Okay.
It's
Yes.
very therapeutic to let it out and release whatever you got going on.
Right. Now that being able to express it, like that was very, very important, because it's some people just don't know how to express it. They don't know how to give it out. They might not feel comfortable saying it, so, but you got to get it out some sort of way. If you got to go work out, if you need to go run, if you need to go exercise, if you need to go go be creative, like you have to
Hmm.
get that out, just so you can feel better. And then when you feel better, it's just total bliss. But nah, man,
Exactly.
yeah, being able to express yourself, you gotta get it out, man. But
Facts. Big facts.
now that's gonna wrap up today. Today's episode. And just stay tuned for more content. We're gonna start up a TikTok and start hitting content on there. So stay tuned for that. We're probably gonna come back with another episode this week, probably Friday. But yeah, this was one.
This was one, y'all. We love you guys. Uh, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, and make sure you guys chime in on all our different platforms that we got available. We appreciate you guys for listening. We love you all, and it's been a cool podcast.
All right, peace.
Peace.